learn.ba.
For most people, salary is the single biggest determining factor of what career they're going to choose for themselves. And so that begs the question, how much does a business analyst actually make? Short answer to that question is $70,000. According to LinkedIn, the average salary of a business analyst in Canada and the United States is $70,000. But as analysts, we know that the short answer doesn't always give you the full picture. So let's dive into the numbers to see what else we can learn. So the $70,000 number that I quoted you comes from LinkedIn's Salary Explorer. You can see here in Canada, the total compensation on average for Canadian business analysts is $70,000, and that range of salary goes from $50,000 to $95,000. If we look at the same picture for the United States, we can see that, again, the number is very similar. It's around $70,000 US per year for a business analyst, and that range ranges from $50,000 all the way up to $102,000. Now, these numbers are a summary of the overall job market in the United States. You can see here that this is based on close to 20,000 responses that have been given by LinkedIn members to LinkedIn on how much money they make for their business analyst roles in the companies that they work in. If you look along the side here, you can see what salaries look like, what business analyst salaries look like at specific companies. So General Motors, for example, the average salary of a business analyst working at GM is $94,500, Fannie Mae $91,000, Bank of America $90,000, Boeing $90,000, Morgan Stanley $88,000 per year. And the Salary Explorer also shows you how many different respondents they've had in order to accumulate those numbers. So this should give you an overall big picture of what the salary looks like. Bear in mind that the salary, that information that we're looking at, is across all different industries for all years of experience. So that might not necessarily give you the picture that you're looking for. If you're just starting off as a new business analyst, chances are you're going to want to click on the years of experience here and select somewhere maybe either less than 1 or between 1 and 5 and see how that updates the salary information. So here, for example, for us, it has shown us that the average salary for starting business analysts, starting to intermediate business analysts that have between 1 and 5 years of experience is $67,000, so slightly lower than the average. If we look at the business analysts that have 15 plus years experience, you're going to get an average total compensation of $88,000. And you can see that the range for these also switches. So if you're a much more senior business analyst, the maximum, it looks like at the top end of the range here, is $125,000 per year for those roles. And that's based on 2,200 responses so far. If you scroll down a little bit more, you can start to see a bit more of a breakdown of what the business analyst role looks like for senior members. So you can see it by industry, you can see it by company size, you can see it by education level and by field of study, meaning the field of study that business analysts have had before they've gone into their BA careers. One thing to note here is that generally speaking, you can see that companies that are larger in size, so companies here that have 10,000 or more employees, tend to play closer to the top end of the BA role, whereas smaller companies tend to play slightly less. That's just one of the data points that can help you make your career decision. Now, if you click on this View Jobs link over here in the top left-hand corner, you can see that LinkedIn is going to bring up all of the currently open business analyst roles that are open in the United States, and there is about close to 60,000 jobs for business analysts available on LinkedIn as of right now. We are right now in February of 2019. I'm going to scroll down here and let's see if we can pick a business analyst role at a company that is a little bit better known. Let's look at Amazon.com. We have a business analyst role that has domain knowledge in marketing. So let's click on that and see what the requirements are for that job. So most job postings will give you a job description that tells you a little bit about what the company is and about what the job is, and then they quickly get into the major requirements of the job. And as you can see, one of the first jobs that they look for here is advanced SQL, which gives the business analyst the ability to query databases without having an application. Now you can look at some of the basic qualifications that they're looking for, 5 years of experience, and from just a quick scan of this job posting, I can tell you right away that this would be much more of a business systems analyst role, because the major giveaway for that is that there is a lot of very heavy data management related skills that they're looking for in this role. So what are our takeaways from this video? Takeaway number one, the LinkedIn salary tool is at your disposal. You can use it to see what the BA salaries look like in the markets where you're going to be looking for work yourself. And it's likely that the quality of the data is going to continue to improve over time as more analysts start to give their salary information to LinkedIn. Takeaway number two, the business analysis career pays pretty well. Average salaries look like they are hovering around $70,000 a year in both Canada and the US. And for more senior roles, we've seen that there are salaries that can go up to $125,000 a year. Takeaway number three is that business analyst jobs typically come in one of three different flavors: the business analyst, business process analyst, or the business systems analyst. And that is part of what we cover in the free training that we're making available on February 20th, 2019. I'm going to encourage you to go up and sign up for a free membership and to start to learn a little bit more about how you can start to plan your own business analyst career.